What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Measy Show. I'm your hostess with the mostest, and if you have not already, please hit that subscribe and that like button for me. Now, as you know, Snoopy Badazz been on a roll lately. He basically got exposed time and time again, and now he's trying to drag everyone else down with him, right? Some things that he's been posting are facts and true. Other things I feel like maybe is a reach, is a shot in the dark, you know what I'm saying, hoping to hit something. In this particular case, so as you know, he been going back and forth with Bricc Baby. Not even really going back and forth. I feel like Bricc ain't even really too much responded too much to this guy. He's already been, proved to be whatever he is, right? And, they just keep dragging this guy. They got the guy G-Face on No Jumper. He's calling, which, I don't know. I felt like that was fake. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Then he's saying he told on some Mexicans dude somewhere else in Riverside or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so but here's the thing. Bricc Baby, he got the opportunity. He could just talk about it. Pretty much whatever you say about Snoopy Badazz at this point, it's going to circle back to being something negative about him. You get what I'm saying? It's going to circle back to not being a good thing about him, right? Because there's a lot of not so favorable things circling his name, right? So he keep getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much No Jumper's whole thing, is they want to, if they have anything on you, even if it's true, it's not true, they're going to drag you. So granted, it's true enough, he did whatever he did, but it wasn't no Mexican to the extent of my knowledge. And then they got a dude, they had called the dude supposed to be in some faux yard somewhere. Like, it just doesn't add up. Anyway, Snoopy's had enough of it. So anyway, he gets on this rant. He get to calling him the blueberry, B-I-T-C-H, all this other stuff, right? So, they go back and forth, right? So, now, I ain't gonna lie. It's Snoopy, I'm not saying it's true, it's whatever. He did a good job with this one, because people was going to believe it even if it's not true. I'm telling you, right? So, and here's the evidence, right? Not evidence. This is what he came with, right? So, Snoopy Badazz, he says that he thinks that when Nipsey Hussle, long live his legacy, right? Before he was killed, the day he was killed by the guy who's in the prison right now, the Eric Holder guy, he had said, hey man, you a snitch, you know what I'm saying? Get up out of here, kick rocks, whatever, right? Now that was Shitty. His name was Shitty from 60s, right? Now, this is what Snoopy's saying, is that Bricc Baby is also Shitty from 60s, right? So he's saying, I'm not saying this is what he's saying, that he had the two confused, and that, he meant to say that Bricc Baby was a snitch because his name is Shitty, whatever, and he told him to get up out of there. Right? He said he had the wrong one. And then whatever happened after that, we all know what happened after that. But, so he's saying like, nah, you the real snitch. And this is why. This is why he's saying this, right? So, Snoopy Badazz, I guess he put in whatever his real name is, Dion something, I forget. And then went to a federal case that he had in Atlanta, where it says that the paperwork was sealed. The federal case was sealed. All his paperwork was sealed. So that means that it's not accessible. So as you know, a lot of people, anytime you catch a case, it's all public information. You can pay for the documents and you can print them off from the county clerk's office and all that stuff. In this case, in federal, they have their own way of doing it. But in this case, it was sealed. So he's saying that basically he was telling him that, and why'd you seal it, blah blah blah. Now, here's where it comes like a little tricky, right? If he filed for it to be sealed, if Bricc Baby filed for this paperwork to be sealed, that's a little fishy, right? Now, if it's just naturally sealed, like if they seal it, so let me explain something about the federal government, right? You can let's say, for example, let's say me, Tom, Dick, Harry, we're all on the Regal. You feel me? We slide to wherever our enemies or whatever are, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. Where we light them up, you know what I'm saying? We got sawed-offs, and this is all hypothetical. We got sawed-offs, we got, you know what I'm saying, 50 rounds, whatever we got, right? Let's just say it's illegal, it's federal, right? So now it's some sort of a federal murder, federal gun possession, whatever, right? Let's say, for example, maybe we left someone's house that knows what we was gonna do, right? Now, that person is basically has given information about it to the federal government, to the FBI, right? Then what can happen is that they can seal it so we don't go and trip off of the person who is giving information, send somebody over there, whatever the situation. So without me, Tom, Dick, or Harry's consent, or they don't need our consent. Without our knowledge, they can seal it just based on the fact that that evidence that they're trying to admit from the person giving the information, they don't want it to come out, right? They don't want people to run. They don't want this, that, and the third, right? So, like, I'll give you an example. My oldest daughter's uncle here caught a federal case, right? And they sealed his. He ain't doing no telling. He's still riding around the city like it's good. You feel me? He ain't told nobody. Ain't nobody saying like he put me away or whatever. But they sealed it because there's things I'm assuming that comes for further investigation. Boosie Badazz, right? He's on a federal case right now. He's looking at something like 5 to 15, right? Now they sealed his. There's no one to tell on. There's nobody to tell on. But they sealed it because there's other stuff in the case that they don't want any of the defendants to view and get wind of and maybe go handle witnesses and go, you know what I'm saying, try basically any defense. It's not like a state where you could form your defense. You have to present everything. Nah, they can hold it all the way up until that point. And 9 times out of 10, with the federal situation, you're not going to trial. So in Bricc Baby's case, if it was just sealed, assuming this is him, he's saying it's him. If this was just sealed, then yeah, I mean, that could happen to anybody. Now, if he filed for it to be sealed, now that's when it gets a little bit tricky. You get what I'm saying? So that's if Snoopy. Honestly, you never know. I will say this, right? I'm born in the 80s, right? So when I was younger, all the way coming up, like, you know, saying 18, 19, 20, 21, young man, telling was a big thing, right? Telling was a big thing. Like, if somebody told you about, oh, well, he told, like, oh, damn. Oh, he got him life. Oh, because you're not expecting nobody. You could just have a conversation. Let's say it's 10 of my close, 10, 5, 6, 7 of my close friends. Yeah, man, what happened? Oh, man, we got the, where'd you put it? Oh, I threw it this, you know what I'm saying? I threw it in the, whatever, the water, whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? That joint in the Puget Sound somewhere, whatever, right? And, oh, yeah, okay. What, oh, yeah, I only had like 5, whatever. You explain, and I ain't trying to get too whatever, but you get the drift. Back then, that's cool. Like, no, now, you don't know. You'll never know. You got these devices. You got, you know what I'm saying? These days, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, they'll sell their soul for a jelly roll. You feel me? It don't take much. You know what I'm saying? It don't take much at all. And then they'll just, oh yeah, he lives at 2849 Adams Street. He drive a white Cadillac. And, you know what I'm saying? He got 4 baby models. And let me give you all the information for next to nothing. You feel me? They even, it's not as, look, perfect example. Look at all the rappers today, all the famous rappers today. You can probably name about 5, 6 snitches just out of a handful of them. Fact or fiction. You know what I'm saying? I can name it 6ix9ine, Troy Ave. You understand me? What's the homeboy's name? Total Lil Kim. What's the little dude? The little short guy. I forget his name. He used to be rapping with Biggie Smalls and all that. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of them that just be, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, there's a lot, bro. A lot of people, like, it's not like it used to be. So you never know these days. But if this is true, then what he got to do, if assuming that the thing he presented on the video on the phone was correct, then if Bricc Baby feels that he needs to reply to it at all, just show that it's, you know what I'm saying, find out if it was sealed on his behalf or sealed by the United States government. Because it can be either way. You get what I'm saying? I feel like anything surrounding Snoopy Badazz at this point is kind of like not smooth. I feel like he doesn't really have like a lot. Like, I think he's kind of like in desperation mode at this point. Of course he said he didn't tell and all that, but whatever's the situation. I feel like his I feel like where he's at right now, he just feels like he has to do something, and he needs to make something pop. So they dragging him on all these different platforms and all that. So then he saw the Blueberry Bee and all this. He's calling all these names and making these names, but then just a minute ago, I feel like he kind of like a crash test dummy, to be honest with you. I like when the very first popped up with his little interview, the first one, and then he had that song, I Wouldn't Change Nothing or whatever, the game remix. I was like, oh, okay, I like it. I think I even did a video about it. Like, yeah, I like this, you feel me? But then I kind of like started digging a little bit, like, nah, bro, it's not, I don't know what, like maybe Snoop seen something in him that maybe nobody else sees, I don't know, but I feel like at this point, the music thing ain't really too much popping for him. I feel like he's just all over the place, you know what I'm saying? And it's never nothing good. His energy is not directed at nothing positive. If that's the case, and if you did, whatever you did, I guess you did, you feel me, it's not looking good, and then you from this organization, that organization, you flip-flop into all these different groups of people in their streets and neighborhoods. And, like, just find somewhere where you belong and stay there, you feel me, and find a lane of something that you cool with, and just do, like, doesn't have to be a negative. It's always something negative with him. You know what I'm saying? It's either somebody calling him out, he calling someone out. Like, I don't know, man. But anyway, I don't know what's up. The whole thing with, it's like all these people on the internet, they all somehow tangled up in one way or another, and they all go like get this. Oh, this person's this and this person's that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Anyway, man. This whole thing's a mess. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe and that thumbs up. Y'all have a good afternoon. Salute. I'm gone.